What's up, everyone? Welcome to the 470th 70 episode of the Pokemon Podcast. It's super effective. Half a year until we get to 500. I'm your host, SBJ. We were recording this before GoFest, but I'm sure, wow, that makeup day they announced for GoFest sounds real great. With me is Greg.
The giant error that happened on GoFest. I can't believe Niantic was so unprofessional to allow, insert error here, to happen. I'm outraged and I demand insert treats here.
Do it.
To what? Will is here.
So the error that has now launched this campaign of disaster that will tumble through the entire weekend is that Steve believes that 30 is half of 52.
Wait, what?
You just said half a year until we get to episode 500. Half a year is 26 weeks, not 30 weeks.
I was rounding up.
Rounding up, you know.
The other error...
It is well established on this show that Steve rounds. There's no sevens, so therefore you round past 7, 8, and into 10.
The other great error is, for our YouTube viewers, I have now switched to a higher definition recording device so you can see in great detail what a mess we've got going on over here.
Those beautiful, beautiful, beautiful eyes.
No, thank you.
See, you can't do that with mine, because if I take my glasses off, I can't see a thing.
But you're so Shakespearean.
I'm
like,
how am I going to get any of my narratives pushed here if I'm not rounding up or down?
If you would share the outline and let us know what narratives we're supposed to be pushing, it would help. Instead of letting us be freewheeling free agents, just running around the internet and making stuff up.
We got a show for you guys today. We're not going to keep it very long because I have to record, edit. I say that. We are on a timer today.
I need food.
So
we're recording on Thursday night. I had this great suspicion that there was going to be something announced in regards to Unite, and that happened.
Yes.
And
I broke it first.
What does that mean?
No, you didn't.
I sent you the information first. None of you sent it.
Because
I sent it to the group first.
Already,
check the receipts.
By the time I've seen something, everybody else has seen it. I'm the last to know.
My name ain't Joe Serby. I don't have Google Alerts set up for this. I run a podcast. If people need breaking news, they're not waiting until Monday.
I believe
they just want my bad
Joseph
hot take on it.
Serby, thank you.
Yeah. So they announced Pokemon Unite, the date. We'll get to that in a little bit. We have some other Pokemon news to cover, Pokemon Unite stuff, question of the week, Pokemon of the week, and then we're done. This will come out on Monday, like always. And then over the weekend, Greg, Will, and I will be, we have already, hopefully, assuming that the recording doesn't break, we'll record our thoughts about GoFest Day 1, GoFest Day 2. Those would have been live in the Discord because we have a Discord partnership, hashtag ad. And then if you're on our premium feed, you can listen to those. And if you weren't on the premium feed, you would have had to listen live, blah, blah, blah. But if you want the thoughts, patreon.com/PKMNcast. Assuming that the recording goes well. I'm sure it will.
It's fine.
We've never messed that stuff up before.
Never. We know exactly what we're doing because we are podcast professionals.
Wait, what haven't we done before?
What?
Because I've done pretty much everything.
In my brain, I thought we were all going to be in one place also. And the plan of us not being in one place came as a shock to me.
Oh, yeah, because I don't know how to pipe 3 people into one Discord call. That seems messy.
True.
With like the stages and stuff.
Also, I will be very tired of both of you by the time.
That's true. See, we're gonna be walking in the hot sun for 8 hours, and then we go home, and then we shower, and then we record, and then once the recording's over, Will goes to bed, and then Greg complains about Pokemon Go, and then I stay up till 3 a.m. complaining that I'm too tired.
Greg is
When
going to
have
play
it-
Final Fantasy 14. I'm sure he's already got a raid booked for the evening.
It's Pride weekend. If
So-
anything, I'm taking y'all out to the bars at 10 when it starts getting hopping.
Nope.
Get Will out on the market.
Speaking of being on the market, let's start off with our first bit of Pokemon news, which is off ScreenRant.com. A Pokemon version of classic Labyrinth board game coming this year. 25th anniversary saved. Ravensburg is releasing a Pokemon edition of the classic Labyrinth board game where players need to collect the most Pokemon to win. I'm sure Greg has played Labyrinth.
I don't know what that is.
I've never even heard of it.
You don't know Labyrinth?
No.
Labyrinth is like the behind the Monopoly boxes at Target. Not to be confused with the David Bowie movie.
What does it look like? Oh, that game. That's a
Have you
kid's
played this game, Greg?
Like when I was a child.
Yeah, that's it's like they were sold out of Monopoly, so we got you Labyrinth.
Well, they've already done a Monopoly, haven't they?
They have.
I have
Yeah.
it. I also have Master Trainer, and I beat a 10-year-old for it, and I'm quite proud of that.
Labyrinth will be getting a Pokemon makeover later this year with Generation 1 favorite Pikachu, Bulbasaur, Charmander, Squirtle, as well as some newer pocket monsters. Of course, Screen Rant has no clue what they're talking about. I will explain them to you. They are Square Bunny, Sobble, and Grookey.
Those are newer.
Those are newer. They are the newest.
They are the newest. Labyrinth is a 2 to 4 player board game, winner being the one who catches the most Pokemon. Ravensburg, the board game maker, promises, quote, magical and addictive family fun.
So we're getting this and we're playing it, right?
No.
Yeah, sure. I mean,
No.
Stream exclusive.
The stack and pile of unopened board games that I have waiting to be played, there's just no room for this in our timeline.
I don't. I think I have Pokemon Monopoly somewhere. I think I bought that and then put it in a closet.
I'm pretty sure
My
mine's
Ancient
in the
Mew
basement.
closet, sorry.
Yeah, your Ancient Mew closet. Ancient Mew closet next. So I definitely have my Master Trainer game. I definitely have Pokemon Monopoly around here somewhere. I have Pokemon Junior Emergency, the fake role-playing game somewhere.
Yeah,
I
I
have a
got
lot
that.
of
We got to
stuff.
play that.
Yeah, we gotta play that on stream.
Will Anderson does not play role-playing games.
I know. You're not invited, Will.
Okay.
You're getting your replacement.
I was talking to Irene about Unite because Unite got a release date. And she goes, "Oh, you, Will, and Greg are going to team up, right? You need 2 more people." And I was like, I don't think Will does competitive stuff. I don't think that's happening.
I mean, I might play Unite once to say
Yeah.
I did it.
You'll get addicted. You'll be like, "Give me that sweet."
The real
competition."
issue is how Will is not addicted to Cafe Mix, but addicted to Gardenscapes and the other one.
Okay, no, and that's not right. But
the other one.
all
Was it like House Hunters or whatever? The one where you're like building a house?
that's Greg.
No,
and
I'm not House. I'm
You're
Project.
thinking Homescapes.
You're
number
taking
one.
Homescapes.
Don't
Homescapes.
play
I'm
Homescapes.
Project Makeover.
But a literal conversation I had with my supervisor today, I said, boy, this has been a tough day because I keep getting these little requests that take like half an hour to research and they have to have an immediate result. And it's just like it keeps interrupting me and I don't have time for deep thought. And he said, well, you could always work in your free time. And I said, what free time? If I'm not working, I'm at the gym. And if I'm not at the gym, I'm recording something. And if I'm not recording something, I'm asleep. You know, what free time is there left?
There is no free time.
So yes, when am I getting this Pokemon Unite time in?
I can tell you. This was announced this morning. This morning as in Thursday, the day we're recording this.
Yes.
Pokemon announces Nintendo Switch launch date for Pokemon Unite. Today, the Pokemon Company International and Taimai, I think it's Taimai, studio group announced Pokemon Unite to release on July 21st for the Nintendo Switch systems. Of course, there's no time and date. We don't know if that's midnight. We don't know if that's 10 a.m. We don't know if that's worldwide.
It's a Wednesday too, so
It's a Wednesday. To celebrate, players who log into the Nintendo Switch... I don't know why I say Nintendo. The Nintendo Switch version of Pokemon Unite by August 31st, they will receive a Unite license for Zeraora, which will allow players to use this Pokemon in battle. Zeraora can close the distance between itself and its opponents in a blink of an eye, just like lightning, and deal massive amounts of damage all at once. Its Unite move, Plasma Gale, sends out a powerful electric blast that will create a zone of plasma around the area where the blast hits. Pokemon Unite is the first Pokemon strategic team battle game where players will face off in 5-on-5 team battles. During these battles, players will cooperate with their teammates to defend wild Pokemon and level up their own Pokemon. They will need to defeat their opponent's Pokemon while trying to earn more points than the opposing team within the allotted time. Pokemon Unite will be free to start with optional in-game purchases, and Unite will become available in September of 2021 on mobile devices, and it will include language support across both mobile and Nintendo Switch for French, Italian, Spanish, Hola, and German, Guten Tag. For more information,
bonjour for French. Just if we're going down this rabbit hole.
Wait, what's hello in Italian?
I mean, usually just give him a ciao.
Yeah. Ciao. Ciao.
Why does that say... Why is Japanese not listed here?
It's not available in Japanese.
Yeah.
Maybe...
They didn't tell Japan.
Buongiorno. There you go.
Well,
You want a good day?
This is TPCI press release, so that's probably... The Pokemon Company probably has their own press release for Japan. To receive the Unite license for Zeraora, after the end of this promotional campaign, players will need to complete a special mission scheduled to be implemented at a future date. So that's what it says for the Zeraora stuff.
So the special mission will be you have to do enough things that eventually it's going to cost you money to get them done in time.
So yeah, they have to... they announced a new character. They announced a release date. Are we taking bets on this game being broken on Wednesday, right? Like,
yes.
Broken, like the servers?
As in, like, the servers will be broken.
Yeah. The servers will be boinked.
Do we know who's hosting them? We don't know.
I would assume it's whatever time I host their other
So I will tell you, if they're hosting with Microsoft, 100% there will be problems. If they're hosting with Amazon, things will be smooth as silk.
No, well,
if
they're a
those are your only
Chinese
two
company,
providers.
are they using...
Yes, everybody uses AWS or Microsoft.
Yeah, there's no others.
There's no, like, 10-cent
Nope.
dedicated server out there?
Maybe they're using Google Compute, but that's a real, like, if they're a Chinese company, doubtful.
Yeah, they're not... Last time I checked, China does not like Google.
No.
You know, there's not much to really say here. They have a brand new trailer. The trailer was very Zeraora focused. They've been tweeting pretty much every day. The like official Pokemon Unite Twitter account has been tweeting like little 45-second clips of characters, so you can kind of see them in action. Mm-hmm. The thing I did want to bring up, and I think we touched on it before, but like the amount of positivity around this game is so high. People are so excited for this, and it was like you would have thought that the Pokemon Company was ending and that everything blew up and we're writing off Pokemon. Like if you saw how mad people were a year ago compared to now, like everyone seems hyped for this game. And it looks good. It looks really fun.
I mean, it's been enough time that the people who just complain about everything got tired and went away. And there's only people who are excited about the game who are paying attention to the news.
But some people have had hands-on experience with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you could have switched your Switch to the Japanese region and download the open beta. And I think most people that did that, I think, ended up enjoying it. I didn't really hear anyone walk away. I've heard people say, like, oh, I've played MOBAs. MOBAs aren't for me. Totally fair. And I've seen people who played it and they were like, wow, I really liked it. I can't wait until I can read it in English.
Until I know what's happening.
But yeah, people seem really, really positive. I think the only maybe outstanding negative thing that no one can control is, Tencent has their hands in this, and people don't like Tencent. I think it's ironic when people complain on Discord or Reddit about Tencent when Tencent has huge investments in both Reddit and Discord. But, I'm not here to I'm not defending Tencent. I'm just saying,
just did.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying it's ironic if you complain about Tencent on Reddit about Tencent being like, I'm not going to play Unite because Tencent, but it's like you're using Reddit. Like they put a huge investment into Reddit like 2 years ago.
What you're arguing is that people are inconsistent and ill-informed.
Correct, which is a known issue.
Yeah, but no one likes Tencent. No one likes Amazon.
Nobody likes Amazon. No one likes Tencent. No one likes
No one likes
Microsoft.
I
Nobody
don't know.
likes
Amazon
a lot of things.
Just had a change in leadership. We're reevaluating our relationship with that company.
Look,
they
we all
also had a
hated-
huge change in their corporate philosophy.
They need to drop their horrible commercials from Google before I even consider joining in. If I have to watch one more YouTube where a person's telling me that their pay is awesome, I'm out.
Oh, I mean,
Look,
I just
Papa
pay
John's
for
had
YouTube.
very mediocre pizza, and then we couldn't eat at Papa John's anymore because that guy was out of control. And then they kicked Papa John's off the team, and then you went back to Papa John's because you were like, he's out. Papa John's is good again. And then you ate their pizza, and you're like, nah, never mind.
Yeah,
I went back to
exactly.
Papa John's. It's like saying I went back to Little Caesars.
Oh, no, you always going back
You
to
never
Little
go back
Caesars.
to Little Caesars.
Little Caesars, you get exactly what you're paying for.
Pay
Don't
for
they,
this-
Chef?
$5
Greg, have you
$5 pizza that is bad. Look,
it's so
It's
good.
I
not
cannot
bad.
listen to you talk about you hot box liker pizza
Box is
pizza.
so
Incredible.
Oh, you people are terrible.
Have you had Little Caesars deep dish? Because it's genuinely good.
The fact that you have to qualify it to a very specific product
No.
to be genuinely
Every-
good.
Every Little Caesars I have ever had has been absolutely wonderful and delicious. I will caveat that the only time I have Little Caesars is typically when I've been driving for 6 hours straight and haven't eaten anything during that entire time. But it's still fantastic.
Hunger is the best spice.
True. I heard that at a convention one time.
What?
Yes.
What about their breadsticks? Their breadsticks are...
Look,
No,
you're
the breadsticks, dude.
You fall in the same category as my husband. I tell my husband he is no longer allowed to comment on spicy things because his taste buds have been ruined by spice. You are no longer allowed to talk about bread things because all you eat is bread. You no longer can differentiate bread. You've eaten too much bread.
I love bread.
We gotta get Steve into an Ethiopian restaurant. That'll destroy his love of bread right there.
Right
Here's
there.
the
that'll
question.
be
Here's
out
the
window.
question. Here's the question.
Yes, here's the answer.
Unite's dropping on Wednesday.
Yep.
Are we putting money into it?
No.
No.
Oh. Okay, rewind. Beep, beep. Back it up. Beep, beep, beep. Back it up. Okay, when Pokemon Go came out 5 years ago, happy 5-year anniversary. Go Fest was incredible. Boy, that makeup
Wow,
day
I
seems
couldn't
great.
believe that was so. I caught the
the thing I wanted.
and wow.
When Pokemon Go came out, what was your thought process of the money there? Do you remember? Because I remember. I remember when it came out, the hype was high. There wasn't. There's a lot of things to buy in the store now, but there wasn't a lot initially. There was some clothes. There was storage. There was bag space. There was Pokeballs, of course. But did you guys drop money right away on that?
No, over my dead body was how I approached all mobile spending. Over my dead body. And I have literally white-knuckled paid for the things that I paid for in Go.
I think the only thing that I first ever paid for in Go, and I will remind you, not Emmett, just Ingo, that I wouldn't even pick a team.
Correct.
In Pokemon Go.
Correct.
All right, until I was absolutely forced to.
Yes. I remember
I did
this.
not buy anything in Pokemon Go until Niantic sent me a apology credit
Oh yeah.
that I then used to buy extra storage space.
I'm dying on this hill. That first Go Fest was 1, incredible. 2, we all walked away with $100 of in-game currency.
Which you could also give the other half of that statement in that we got free passes and we still got the $100 credit as an apology.
Oh, yeah, we did. We did. I think the first week of Pokemon Go, I put $20 in because I wanted to like buy some clothes. I wanted to, report on it properly because we did 6 or 7 episodes of Go when it came out. And then I think I ended up liking it. Before Greg was on. And then I think I ended up liking it so much that first week, then I did the $100 purchase. And I think that's all I spent, like almost all the way to the Go Fest, which was like a year later.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason I did the 100 was because I did the math of like max Poke Storage, max bag space was already like $60 if you wanted to max the 2 of those or something like that. So I don't know what the currency situation. I have no clue how much a costume costs in Unite. I don't think they revealed that yet. But we know they're going to launch with the 3 costume sets: the
Pirates?
Beach Dad Garchomp, the
Yep.
Newsboy Talonflame, and whatever the other. The pirate is a
Pirate
pirate.
Square Bunny.
They've got my money. I'm buying the Talonflame outfit. Yeah.
I'm not super into pirates, but I think I do want to. And we don't even know what they're charging for like character customization because the character customization looks really good in the game. But I don't mind. I've never had a problem buying like cosmetics and stuff, especially for a game that's free. And especially if I'm sinking time into it, I've never had a problem with that. I'm just very curious what like in Apex, I never have purchased a character with real money because I played so much Apex that I had the currency to just unlock the characters, which I'm assuming Unite will have. You either pay it up front or you just grind it out for a week and then you unlock it. I'd wager to bet like Cramorant's probably going to be either pay or grind out the currency. Because I'm gonna assume all the characters they showed are just not all free. And Cramorant is an expert character, not like an easy or a beginner character. So I'm assuming that Cramorant's locked. But who knows? I don't mind giving like $20 up front if I get a week's worth of enjoyment and then I decide I don't like the game. I've spent money on worse things. Everything behind me proves that.
I don't know. I don't like the free to play model, and I need to be like really invest. Like cosmetics, World of Warcraft killed my buy cosmetic things because it all became like when I left the game, I'm like, well, nobody really cared what I looked like except for me.
Yeah,
and I was just spending money on me for no good reason. So why am I doing this? I mean, Unite might be a little different because I'll be playing with other people who might want to make sure that I'm the right Alolan Ninetales and not somebody else's. But it has to be very, 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 very good for me to think, oh, I'm going to put money into this.
I think it's going to go. I was going to say, I think it's going to go one of 2 ways for me. Either I'm going to hate it and walk away and not play it, or me, Trevor, Chase, Marshall, and Chris are going to have a team. I'm going to buy the battle pass. I'm going to be all in. Every Friday night's going to be Unite night, and we're just going to grind.
You see how he cut us out of that at the beginning?
I did.
I want good players.
Excuse me?
Okay, Greg, which MOBA do you play weekly?
Unite.
I mean currently.
None.
Exactly. And Steve?
I qualified for Players Cup 2.
That's not a MOBA.
You don't know that this MOBA will be like any of the others.
It doesn't matter. It's the fundamental concepts that my boys have the fundamental concepts down. This is just an adaptation to what they already know.
This is the new story.
You don't even know who the jungler is.
I don't even know what the jungler is.
Exactly.
All right, so Steve and I are going to form our other team, and then it's going to be the underdog story. When we crush Will's dreams and hopes,
finally,
it'll be the greatest moment of my life.
Sure. Good luck. I've got a documentary you can watch. It's a Dota documentary, but
called How I Crushed
the name
Will.
Of it, but it's about the guy and his teammate dumped him and went for another team, and he came back around and won the world championships. Congrats.
I have given Niantic this feedback. I think that myself and maybe a vast amount of other players would probably buy more cosmetics in Pokemon Go if the characters didn't look so bad. And at least in the 45-second, 1-minute trailer or whatever they showed today, the character's customization in Unite looks awesome. It looks like the characters have like depth. It doesn't look like the clothes are PNGs. Like, doesn't look like the clothes are clipping through each other. And I hope that Niantic. I mean, there's other things Niantic probably should fix. Like I know there would probably be players very happy if the character customization in Go was like better. But there are probably other things they should fix first.
We all know your number one feedback to Niantic was people would buy more customizations for the characters if they could wear socks.
Yep.
Oh yeah. I mean, we're 5 years out. 0 socks.
0 socks.
0 socks for the men.
I have such a hard time buying cosmetics because I barely look at other players. Like the amount of time that I interact with that opening gift screen is a half a second.
I like looking at other players. I like how my character looks and stuff.
I tend to notice stuff, yeah. But yeah, it's kind of like the owl in Monster Hunter. Like, you can buy outfits for your owl in Monster. Nobody else is ever going to see your owl. Only
yeah, but I have that cool robot owl, and I spent like $1 on it.
Good. You know what? That's $1 that you don't have for a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
That's true. All right. Well, when we come back the following week, we will have our impressions on Unite, so that'll be exciting.
True.
We'll take a quick break, and then when we come back, we have just a couple more news articles, and we'll do our Pokemon of the week and our question of the week, and we will wrap up the show. So we will be right back. This is the year of Maractus. This is the year of Maractus. Maractus. Well, some could argue that 2019 is the year of Maractus.
Who would argue that?
Maractus. This is the year of Maractus.
No, this is the year of Goomeractus.
And we are back from our break. You guys like Pikachu?
Actually, of all the Pokemon, not in my top 50%.
No, it's not my top 10.
I do like when Pikachu goes, Pikachu, like that.
I like that. I like ketchup and Pikachu together.
Pikachu.
That's the only
Pikachu is
Pikachu
best
I'm into.
Pikachu. True.
This was off Pokemon.com. This is an older press release. I think we covered it before, but we finally got to see some of the cards this week posted across social media. But the Pokemon Celebrations collection is coming out later this year. The Celebrations collection will showcase beloved characters from the Pokemon franchise, as well as popular card artwork and gameplay mechanics spanning the history of the Pokemon trading card game. Celebrations will come with 4 uniquely designed cards with all foil treatment. Each Celebrations would come with 4 uniquely designed cards with the 25th anniversary logo. Will feature characters from all over the regions of the Pokemon universe, from Pikachu to Zamazenta, from Professor Oak to other familiar faces.
to that other
professor. Celebrations will introduce a special subset of 25 cards that are close remakes of iconic cards from the Pokemon TCG, including base set Charizard, Umbreon Star, and Tapu Lele GX. And there's a lot of different sets coming out. So there will be a Celebrations Collection Dragapult Prime, which will be October 8th. There will be Celebrations Collections Lance's Charizard V and Dark Sylveon V, also October 8th. There will be Celebrations Deluxe Pin Collection on October 8th. There will be the Celebrations Elite Trainer Box on October 8th. There will also be the Celebrations Mini Tins. Those are a scam. On October 8th. There will be the Celebration Special Collection Pikachu V Union, which will be October 8th. There will be the Celebrations Premium Figure Collection Pikachu V Max, which we finally saw a picture of. That'll be October 22nd. The Ultra Premium Collection, October 22nd. And then the Celebration Collector's Chest, that's usually the little lunchbox. Those are also a scam. And that just says October. That doesn't actually have a date at all. It just says October. So that's everything that's coming. And then Kotaku ran an article here that says new Pokemon cards show 25 Pikachu drawn by 25 different artists. And that's the V Union card. So we talked about V Union, I want to say 2 or 3 weeks ago, and we talked about how it kind of seems it's just like an updated Legends. Legends, there was 2 halves. You need like top half of Ho-Oh, bottom half of Ho-Oh. No one, like, they were kind of competitive, but not really. Like, you could make them work, but there were just better decks instead. And these are 4 cards. And the thought process is like, man, if you're a kid or even adult getting into Pokemon cards and you're like, oh, I just got like Mewtwo's thigh. What am I doing with this? Like, that's not super exciting. But they did say that the V Union cards will come in special sets.
Yeah.
So you're not going to like pull Mewtwo's left thigh from a booster pack. You're going to have to buy a specific set to get
You're
it.
going to have to buy Mewtwo's left thigh specifically.
Yeah. Off Troll and Toad. So the V Union Pikachu cards are part of this Generations collection. And the 4 cards making up 25 Pikachus is really, really cool, I think. It's just like, it's hard to explain it, but it's just different art styles of Pikachu. And like
There are a lot of different Pikachu, but what is missing is Derpichu.
Look in the lower left-hand card, right in the center. That's pretty derpy.
We have a very specific Derpichu that I'm looking for, straight from Japan, and it's not in there.
There will also be Flying Pikachu, Surfing Pikachu, and an updated version of the very first Pikachu by the original artist of Mishihiro Arita. Got there. I think I got there. Andrew, let me know.
You didn't.
Oh, man. Mitsuhiro Arita.
Yes.
That's how I said. I said Arita.
You said Mitsurito.
Oh, sorry. I was more focused on the last name.
Transcribe the S and the U there. Mitsuhiro.
What were you going to say, Will?
Just that it's a little disappointing because I know some people in the Pokemon Celebrations were really excited for the, like, oh, they're bringing back this old funky mechanic from, like, the Heart Gold, Soul Silver era and stuff like. But like the Dragapult Prime, it literally says on the card cannot be used in official tournaments.
Yeah.
That's really disappointing.
Yeah.
The cool thing about the Flying and Surfing Pikachu, I mean, if you, for whatever reason, if no one knows the history of like the Flying and Surfing Pikachu, that was like from the original Pokemon Yellow. And in Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee, they turned those into like the HMs, which is really cool. But the cool thing about these Flying and Surfing Pikachus is if you look at the artwork, the boat on the Surfing Pikachu and the plane on the Flying Pikachu are the same boat and plane in Gigantamax Garbodor stuck in his body.
Oh.
So classic Game Freak, copying and pasting. They can't even come up with a new boat design. Oh,
what
gosh.
the heck?
Find the Unite haters, bring them back. Time to burn it all down.
Burn it down.
It's really, really cool. It's I like it a lot.
When does something become copy paste, and when does something become an Easter egg?
When it's good, it's an Easter egg.
Oh, okay.
When it's bad, it's copy paste.
We'll know in 5 years when they do a new Pokemon game and they'll take the same tree texture in Sword and Shield and they'll reuse it.
Remember these throwback trees? Why does that tree look so bad? It's an Easter egg.
It's an Easter. Wow, I remember how bad these looked 10 years ago.
I remember how bad these trees looked back in my day.
Now they aged like fine wine. There will be a reissue of the first Charizard card as well.
Great. Let's ruin the market again. Yay.
Yeah. I'm a little worried. We'll see. Anyways, this set looks really great. But we have until October before it comes out.
Yeah, we got a while.
Final bit of news is off the Silph Road, their website, not their subreddit.
There's a website?
Yeah. The silphroad.com. So they have figured out, it only took them 5 years. Science, Greg, science.
Science, experimentation.
So last week we had Jay Witz with 5,000 Twitter participants. This week
we cannot cover your foolishness again. Go to actual potential science.
Mm-hmm.
This week we have over 6,500 throws to test this theory. Theory? Hypothesis?
Thesis,
probably.
Thesis. Okay, there's a lot of math here. And we're an audio podcast.
Math.
We're going to skip past that math. We're going to go right to the results. Researchers, I like how they call themselves researchers. Researchers,
like that's a title that you get bestowed upon. No, until you get this white lab coat, you shall not call thyself a researcher.
They had to, for all 6,000 throws, I've heard they had to do it in the lab coat in order for them to be
Otherwise,
counted.
it doesn't count.
Mm-hmm.
Right,
mm-hmm.
right.
You have to control for every variable. Clothing could affect the outcome.
Clothing could affect how you throw your Premier Ball. Make sure the lab coat is on.
Get in the lab coat or quit now, fraud.
Researchers threw Premier Balls at raid bosses and recording everything that is known to affect the catch rate. See thing above. We're skipping that.
Yeah.
And whether the boss was captured or not. Missed throws were also recorded. A final hidden multiplier was left as a free parameter, and we optimize its value such as the expected catches from the formula equaled the number of catches our researchers actually reported. A hidden multiplier value of 1 would indicate that the catch rate formula is accurately predicting the catch results, while a value greater than 1 would indicate that the encounters are easier to catch than the formula predicts. We split the data into a first ball thrown, second ball thrown, third ball thrown, etc., and found that it best fit the multiplier for each subset. Optimized multiplier values with a 95% confidence interval, and they are shown below. So with that being said, the hidden multiplier. Okay, so I'll explain this for audio people. There's how there's a graph, like imagine stocks.
I like how he says, I'll explain that for the audio people, and then he starts using his hands.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah,
so we have
an
hidden
X and Y axis.
Okay. And then Zygarde shows up.
No, these are actual terms. There's a chart term. There's an X and Y axis.
So there's a hidden multiplier of 1, 2, 3. And then there's number of throws, your first ball, your second ball, your third ball.
1, 2, 3 is on the X-axis. 1 through 10 is on the Y-axis.
Okay, I'll accept.
And what it's pretty much saying is your third, fourth, fifth, and sixth ball have an increased catch rate compared to your first 2 throws. And then it, for whatever reason, dips down, so your 7th ball is less effective than the 5th and 6th. But then it jumps back up on your 8th ball, so your 8th ball will be likely more successful than your 7th ball. And then it jumps way up for the 9th ball, where the 9th ball thrown seems to be your best catch rate ever. And then it dips back down at your 10th ball. And people speculated this for a long time because at least I've noticed this, although this could be specious reasoning, but I've always noticed that I caught a lot of legendary Pokemon on my last ball. I think almost every single one of my Mewtwo's I either caught, like, I remember catching almost all of them in the very last ball. But that would line up with this 6,500 tests that they did, that there is something to say that the more balls that are thrown, the higher chance you have to catch.
Well, it's a curve. There is a defined curve of success rate depending on which ball number you are tossing, which does not explain why I have never caught any legendary ever. No matter how many balls I threw at it.
There were 36 different people who helped research this, but 14 of them really provided the most data.
Kind of sus. Where's the control group?
So basically what they're saying is you're more likely to catch the raid boss on the 10th encounter, the 10th throw.
Ninth ball.
But that's what they say in their own thing. In bold, you are more likely to catch the raid boss on the 10th throw of the encounter than the first.
That's not the stats that Steve just read to us.
I know. So, like, they have it on the 9th, but their thing says the 10th.
No, you're more likely to catch it on the 10th throw compared to the first throw.
Oh, okay, but still 9th is your best of them all.
Yes. 9th is your highest chance.
Right. But so,
and what they also suggest, like, I don't know, I shouldn't say this, although I'm going to say it. I don't know who only has like 3 golden raspberries in their bag, but this is coming from somebody who has like 200.
Same.
But I suppose if you only had like 3 golden raspberries, you would ideally want to save it for the last, like, if you only have 3 and you have 10 balls, then you're better off saving your golden raz for 8, 9, and 10 than using them on 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
That's actually probably the good information for people who don't have a lot of resources compared to, me. I'm just going to use a golden raspberry every time.
No, you got to alternate between Nanabees and golden raspberries.
Yeah, alternate.
So here's
settle
the
them
question.
down, and then there you go.
Previously, we were very limited in the amount of balls that you would get. And now I think it's not that uncommon that I end up with like 16 to 18 chances. Do we think this continues at this relative rate past the 10th, or do we think they just say at the 10th it's the same or it goes down? Like, they don't touch on now that we get a lot more throws because of time bonuses and other bonuses.
Yeah.
They'll have to redo the study. Well, I mean, we need another research institution to replicate the study.
Yeah,
to make
we need
sure
somebody
that
else to replicate the study.
We need competition to the Silph Road. Is that what you're saying?
It's not competition.
It's not competition. It's verification.
The research needs to be replicable to be valid, and we need a non-affiliated party to take on the research task.
Correct.
I nominate what's somebody we don't like.
9 out of 10 dentists agree it's easier to catch.
9 out of 10 dentists agree.
I think we talked about this either, but I think it's been pretty solidified also by the Silph Road that I know like 2 years ago or maybe 3 years ago we talked about how like the shiny rate in Pogo is like 1 in 450 or around there. The Silph Road has kind of moved it to it's just 1 in 512, which makes sense because that's literally like one of the main numbers they have used in the main series game all the time. But they're more confident now that it's not 1 in 450, that it's actually 1 in 512, which is the same as Masuda with Shining Charm, which makes sense. Just keep them all the same, line them all up.
Well, it also is in line with how memory is numbered in computers.
Right.
Like 1 gigabyte is 1024. It's not 1000. So 512 is half of 1024.
So I thought that was interesting. Fun to talk about. They are 95% sure. I think when they released the like 1 in 450, I think they were only 90% sure on that number. But now they are like closer to, it just seems like it's 1 in 512 for
More
shiny.
research is required.
Yeah.
Replicate the study.
Don't worry, I'm sure we'll find out.
Science is always changing.
I'm sure we'll find out in 5 more years that it's only took them 5 years to get to this point.
We need a double-blind research study.
Yeah.
Replicable, etc.
Pokemon of the week.
No, question of the week. No question of the week.
Question. Also, Bobby sent in the Silph Road research. Al sent in the Unite stuff. Although, come on, Al. Were we going to miss the Unite stuff? Come on. Amateur hour over here. Question of the week.
Come on, Al. Question of the week. Question of the week. What is our question?
This is from Catherine. What non-grass type Pokemon would make a good Chia pet?
What?
Okay, so this is saying all grass types are off.
Can I sidetrack you real quick, Greg?
Yeah.
The gays love the Chia pets, right?
What?
What?
Get out of here.
What is that hideous stereotype?
Strip
that you
him
have
of his
stuck in here?
allyship.
Strip him of everything. Where does that come from?
I don't know. I feel like you seem like a Chia pet guy to me.
Greg has 0 Chia pets.
I'm stereotyping.
Oh, he's
Greg
left
real
the
hard
room.
right now.
He's left the room. Wow.
Do you think Brent has a Chia pet?
No, Brent is like me.
How dare you? And the answer is Cyndaquil.
Oh, that's a good
Cyndaquil
one.
would make a good Chia pet.
That would
I
be a
was
good
going to say,
one.
we also have to not include Bonsly or Sudowoodo, because that's kind of like...
No, I think
making
those
it easy.
count because they're rocks. So yeah, they would count as
They
good
would count.
ones. Will, you've never had a Chia pet?
Heck, no, I
No.
hate plants. But-
Never had
okay,
a chia pet in my life.
Do you know our friend Steven, who just adores plants, especially house plants, but loves plants?
Yes.
Right? You've met him. Yeah, I'm sure you've met him. I send him pictures of the glorious lilies, hydrangeas, whatever that purple crap is that's growing outside in the front of my new house. And I say, Steven, how do I kill this? I don't want this in front of my house. I hate plants. No, I've never had a chia pet.
I kind of want to be a plant person, but I can't even take care of my front lawn.
You
more or less.
hate dirt. You are
I know.
like the most like you couldn't handle, because the plants bring you 2 gifts in life: dirt in your house and homes for insects in your house.
Yeah.
See, I went to Nick, who does all the music for the show. Good friend, very talented. I went to his very nice place in Boston before the pandemic.
And there's
And he had-
wonderful crochet work by his wife all over. Crochet
Yes.
work endorsed. Does not bring
And when
dirt. Does not bring bugs.
When you walk into his apartment, or sorry, his duplex, whatever, his home, you're like, wow, I just stepped back in the 80s, because they're very like he doesn't even have a TV.
They're very retro. He has a TV because he's got an Atari 2600 sitting right in his front living room.
Nick and his significant other, very retro, and you're like, how did I get here?
What life choices
Which
brought me
actually
here?
is the song that's playing by the Talking Heads.
Yeah.
But their dining room had all these plants like hanging and draped off near the window, and it looked very nice. And I was like, I want that. That looks like, I feel like sometimes plants bring the living room together. It's like a good
They do.
throw rug.
Oh,
But then I
So,
gotta think
out.
about like, I gotta take care of these, and
Yeah.
I'm just not committed to that.
My
Yes.
husband has become a plant person.
oh,
during
I was
the
wrong.
quarantine.
I was like, Brent is
Yeah,
like
when you
me.
walked away, I was like, I wonder if Brent ever had a chia pet.
No, Brandon's never had a chia pet, but he did buy me a lemon tree.
Oh, that's right. He did a picture where it was
Yeah.
like a bunch of his little micro plant
Yeah.
Like
pots.
a real tree? Like in
Yeah.
The Simpsons?
Yeah. Or like in life.
trees I am okay, and I will actually, to counteract my earlier screed against plants, I want, because I very rarely do personal endorsements on this program, I want our listening community to know that if you have a yard and you want either shrubbery or trees to put in your yard and like, I don't know what to get. I don't want to spend a lot of money. The National Arbor Day Foundation will sell you extremely inexpensive trees and shrubs that are native to where you live in the country. And you will be doing a good thing for the world and the environment by reforesting and re-shrubberizing your community.
Yes.
We should get them on the podcast.
We should.
Because you know Arbor Day is the only holiday that I, number one, enjoy, number two, celebrate.
Yeah, true. What were your Chia Pet picks?
I got so deep on my.
We said Cyndaquil. We said Bonsly.
I took Cyndaquil. You took.
I would say Alolan Geodude, or
Alolan Geodude
the line.
Yeah,
because they got the hair and the mustache.
They got the hair and the mustache.
Well,
Probopass, nose pass.
Alolan Diglett.
Oh, Alolan
Diglett
would be great.
Yeah, that would be really good. I'm trying to think
good
what
answers.
else.
I'm still mad at you for that, by the way. You know what that is? That is ageism.
I don't know. I've never been to your house, Greg. I don't know if you behind that door you secretly have like a hallway full of plants.
Look at my room.
I always wonder when he goes through that door, it looks
room.
kind of like a closet. I'm like, why is Greg going back in the closet? What's over
I mean, the closet's right. That one's the closet.
That's the closet. The
I
other
also
door's not.
didn't know that Greg played the keyboard. That's new.
How do you feel about like fake plants?
No.
What's the point? They are not doing anything for you. They're not. Because
you want the green in the room, but you don't want the work of watering.
I don't want the green in the room. No.
Plastic needs to be dusted, and I already hate dusting.
That's true.
And all of a sudden, you've got a little family of spiders who said, "Why, this is just the perfect place for us to set up shop."
I love this.
Yeah, that was the biggest turnoff for me. Was like, oh, this if you overwater, you're gonna get a bunch of gnats, and you gotta.
They are fussy.
There's a real cute plant shop though in Milwaukee, down in the 3rd Ward. It's called Mod Gen. And I love going in, and I'm like, wow, all these look cool. This would look cute in my. Nope. I know I'm gonna mess it up.
Mm-hmm.
There is on Minnehaha Avenue here in Minneapolis, Minnesota, a store that exclusively sells cacti.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It is a fantastic, wonderful place to visit. Do not bring cacti into your home. They're evil. They're out to kill you.
But
Steve,
I will
tell you
what if you had an oddish plant
I will give you more reasons why you don't want plants. Number
and then it looks
one,
like oddish.
Your cat is going to eat the plant and get sick.
Yeah. You do. I have to keep my
Number two,
away
your
from
cat is going to say, "I wonder what would happen if I knock this oddish planter over and spew dirt right across that throw rug that brought your room so perfectly together."
I do have what you can't see because it doesn't, but that is a Bulbasaur planter, right there.
The reason I pulled this question, I almost forgot. So the Pokemon Center released their plant
gardening
things,
set, yes.
And I posted on TikTok and I posted on Instagram if you want to see it. It is huge. It is like 2 Funko Pops tall. This is how we're scaling things now.
Wait, the planters are?
It's not. It's just a thing you put next to your plants.
How many?
There's some that are planters.
Yeah,
and
there's
some that were just
none of these you put dirt in. They're decorations. For
they're gardens. They're garden things. Yeah.
I don't know if I don't trust putting it outside because I know some people decorate their outside garden, and then I think the rain. If you had a strong enough rain, I feel like the paint would come off.
It's not the rain, it's the teenagers.
Yeah.
The teenagers
they are
are
designed to
Pokemon
withstand
stuff.
being outside in the weather.
I don't know if these are designed to withstand.
They are.
They are.
I'll order another one. I'll put one outside. I'll put it in view of my security camera so when a kid comes and smashes it, at least
you have to have it in your backyard, in your fenced backyard, in your Zen garden.
Ooh.
What's our YouTube?
But I got the Maractus one.
Style.
Oh, of course.
Because it was very, they don't do my boy justice. They don't do enough love to Maractus. I ordered the Maractus one. It arrived it's the same people. It's in the same box, in the same styrofoam as the other resin stuff. But I would say the quality is better because it's bigger and they don't like miss with the paint.
Why
So
didn't you get a planter
better.
one?
None of them are planters.
None of them. No. They have
yeah.
ones because I saw somebody comment. Yes, yes, the Bulbasaur is a planter or something.
Yeah.
Oh wait, really?
Yeah.
Yes.
I looked at the
Planters.
Bulbasaur and I was like, oh, you can't put dirt in it. You just put it next to a plant. But I don't want to buy that because then I got to put dirt in it.
Oh, like the Charmander and the Pikachu.
Oh, God,
They've got big holes.
But do they have a hole on the inside? Like, do you actually put... Oh, that is a plant. Oh. I didn't realize that. Oh, maybe I will... That is really cute.
Statue
Well, Bulbasaur's
features
out
a
of-
small pot that can hold the plant of your choice, plants not included.
Yeah.
See, when I was looking at the pictures, I just thought it was, like, kind of fake. Because
Well,
like
it's got a little succulent
because
in
some of them you just can't even put like the one I got, the Maractus is just a Maractus. There's no place to
Yes.
put a plant.
Some of them are for being put next to your plants. Some of them, like the Oddish, there's no room for a plant in there.
Man, I am looking at this hideous parade fiasco.
We don't have time to
It's
talk about
so
the
bad.
parade.
What's the YouTube question? Do we have one?
Yeah, we do. Anyways,
The Bulbasaur has a pot you could put a
Yeah.
plant in.
the Bulbasaur one is sold out.
Okay.
But the Charmander one isn't.
Yeah, I would rather get the Squirtle. No, I would rather get the Pikachu, but I think the Pikachu one is sold out.
Pikachu's
Well, it
way
wasn't
sold out.
before. Now it is.
Now it is. Well, the Oddish one is super cute, but they didn't put a plant next to it.
Squirtle's got a pot.
Yeah, I like Squirtle.
Oddish is just a gardening statue. Oddish is just
Maractus is also a statue.
Yeah.
But I will say for $25, I think they're worth it. I legit think they're the Pokemon tag. They're like, if it wasn't Pokemon, it would probably be like $20, like something you put in your yard, like a gnome or a mushroom or something. But these are worth it.
I have a Java garden gnome.
Citizen 5101 from YouTube says, also if you're watching this on YouTube, we have a question of the week every week. Feel free to like, subscribe, all that stuff. With the release of Monster Hunter Stories 2, there's been a lot of talk about this is what Pokemon is missing, or this is what Sword and Shield should have been. Not necessarily Monster Hunter Stories 2, but what features of gameplay from another series do you think Game Freak should plagiarize in order... I loved how they worded that. In order to improve Pokemon in future generations. Now, I don't know if Greg has played Monster Hunter Stories 2. I know Will plans on it. I don't know if Will has played it
I
yet.
have been playing Monster Hunter Stories too. I play it every
so-
single day,
It's
buddy.
so good. It's so
I've
good.
watched
So
you
good.
play it.
Although I'm grinding right now, so I'm kind of off the story.
So let's start with Greg. What you watched me play. What are your initial thoughts as a non-Monster Hunter fan?
I mean, so it is basically what it seems to be. Is it a fairly live action battle system?
It's turn based. It's 100% turn based.
Okay. It doesn't look all that impressive to me. Like, it was like, okay.
So, I would say, like specifically Monster Hunter Stories 2, one thing that I really enjoy about, which is probably one of the things I shouldn't enjoy about Monster Hunter as a series altogether, is the randomization of rewards that you get. So that you have to, like, you're driven to continually keep playing because it's like you want to build this one weapon, you want to build this one outfit, but you never get the drop. And the game eventually figures out which thing you're trying to go for, and then it intentionally makes it harder and less likely to drop. So you got to be real sneaky. It's called the desire sensor. So something like that in Pokemon, I don't know how they would implement it, or like maybe like if you can do some sort of tasks, you get a chance to battle. But we've had that, like battle a random Pokemon and possibly capture a rare Pokemon, but you have to like keep attempting the same thing. But there was the guy with the mansion, and he kept saying he had Pokemon in his backyard, and they weren't really there, and his butler would come and put it in his backyard.
So
I can't remember who that was, like Diamond and Pearl or something.
it was Diamond and Pearl, the Trophy Garden.
Yeah,
Yes.
I love that. I love that place.
So the thing about Monster Hunter Stories 2, which I think is what Pokemon is quote unquote missing, and I guess I'm going to speak from my experience, but I feel like, from me streaming on Twitch and talking to a lot of people and just having constant conversations about like what people want in Pokemon or what people don't want, or I would say that the people who watch on Twitch are more hardcore than the people who, they go in a store, they buy the game, they play it, and then they, move on to the next game, right?
True.
Because they're going the extra length to, watch somebody else play. But I think Sword and Shield kind of attempted this, but then in retrospect failed, and I think Monster Hunter Stories does this better. So, and I don't know if it's because I've just played so many Pokemon games, but the general thought process is you start your Pokemon game, you pick your starter, you get to the first route, you catch something, you get to the second route, you catch something, you battle the first gym leader, and then the next route, you catch something. And on these routes, you can opt to be like, well, I want to catch everything before I move on. Or I want to battle everyone before I move on. Or I want to find like 5 hidden items on every route before I move on. Like that does exist. But by the time you get to the end of the game, you have 6 Pokemon. Some are from the earlier route. Some you might have found late game. But I feel like for most players, they go to the Elite Four with 6 to maybe 8 Pokemon that are ready for the Elite Four. And then everything else is just like filler that they caught or dex things that they caught and they moved on. And so that doesn't really keep you on a route. You just you're there and then you move to the next thing. And that's fine. Like that's in essence, that's not bad. But with stories, and I have to paint the picture for Stories. Monster Hunter Stories is a turn-based Monster Hunter game, so it's not like the traditional action game. And you befriend monsters, and you have a party of 6, and you have monsters from the series that are in essence Pokemon, and they have different stats. So a monster could have a rainbow stat, would mean it's like really, really rare, and that stat's really, really good. Or the same monster, one could be a blue instead of a green, or it could be a red instead of a green, and there's just the standard like rock, paper, scissors with the red, blue, green. So there's a variety of monsters. There's a variety of the same monsters. But with Stories, I spent so much time before I'll just say like the second gym, like the second boss battle. Because before the first boss battle, before the second boss battle, I was like, I want to keep finding these eggs, and I want to keep hatching these monsters, because I want a monster of this with the rainbow gene. And you could point to Pokemon, and you could be like, oh, well, you could do that with Brilliant Pokemon, and that Brilliant Pokemon has 3 perfect IVs, which it does, although the game doesn't show you that initially until you beat the game. But that loop itself, the loop of like, I want to hatch these eggs. I know how to get these eggs. When I go into this cave, it's randomized. At the end of the cave, I have a chance for an egg, and I can re-roll that chance, because when you pick up an egg, you can do this little gambling thing of like, put the egg down and pick up a different egg. And if you push it too far, a monster will show up and fight you. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. But that loop of like, I want to go out, find a cave, find a rare cave, because they have like gold caves that are like rarer. I want to get an egg. I want to bring it back. I want to hatch it. And then, is it better than what I have? And that, like, I have cycled through like probably 50 some monsters, and I'm not even at the like second gym. And Pokemon doesn't have that. But the reason that's good in Monster Hunter is because that loop is so fun. Mm-hmm. Like, it's not really fun to, like, look for a brilliant Pokemon, although maybe a brilliant Pokemon is, like, close to that. But I think Sword and Shield kind of accomplished that with max raid battles, where, like, it was hard for me to leave the wild area once I got there, because it was like, oh, look at this one, look at this one. Oh, you have that one? So it's like close. But I think that's what Pokemon overall is missing, is like this other loop that you can have that makes it so good.
Well, like other activities you can do rather than at the beginning, at the early part of the game, rather than just collecting or battling your way through the game.
Yeah, you have like collect it. You have collect all the Pokemon, battle all the Pokemon, push on with the story. But that weird egg / find the den, get the egg, go hatch it. Is it better? No, it's not. No big deal. That was fun, so I'm going to do it again. They just mastered that loop in stories. And it's so like I'm 12 hours into stories. I've probably gone through 50 different monsters. Not different, like a lot of them like, oh, I got the same monster like 8 times, but this 8th one is better than the first 7. So yeah, we did it.
So I want to revise my answer now that I've had a chance to think about it. A crafting mechanic would be awesome. So we know in Pokemon games we go out there, especially Sword and Shield, right? There's little sparklies on the ground. You pick stuff up. What if they added in a thing where you could craft your own Pokeballs to have like specific capture skills? Like, oh, you know, because we already have Pokeballs that are defined for capture skills. Let me make my own. I want to craft a Pokeball that is really good at catching water Pokemon. I want one that's good at catching grass Pokemon. Or I can combine the two, and I'm like going for grass water Pokemon. Or, you know, like you get really rare items, and it's just like even better than Ultra Ball capture rate or something like that. But like some sort of crafting mechanic, so I can feel like I put in the work to make the Pokeball that I wanted that was specific for capturing this particular Pokemon.
Another thing Pokemon should copy from other JRPGs is the speed up mechanic. Like Bravely Default, Persona 5, Monster Hunter Stories, they all have it where you can like just increase the animation speed. So if you were in a situation where you wanted to grind or you just wanted to catch a bunch of Cramorant because you were hunting for a brilliant Cramorant or a shining Cramorant, it would just be nice to have like like I said, Bravely Default, Persona 5, Monster Hunter Stories. There's probably more, but it just goes like ×2 or ×3 or ×4 the animation.
I mean, if we're pulling from other JRPGs, I would like a job system in Pokemon so that like it's not just other trainers, but like you could list yourself as a breeder, and that would give you the equivalent of an O power, or you could be a ace trainer, and that would give you a different set, or water type trainer that would give a boost to those things. So that like every character isn't exactly the same. Like you can choose a specific job that you want to do in the Pokemon world. I think that would be a bonus to that game.
Yeah, I think Sword and Shield are great games. I really, really like them. And I think like the co-op raid stuff is really fun.
Yeah, I love it.
I think Brilliant Pokemon were like a step in the right direction because they do, like when they pop up. Well, when they popped up for the first time, I was like, oh, why is that one glowing? Like, that's cool. Like the trainer card keeping track of your stats and you being able to share that was like really cool, but also super limited. Like, show me how many eggs I've hatched or how many steps I've taken or how many battles I've done.
Right? Monster Hunter has that. They have the guild cards, but they've deprioritized the guild cards, which is kind of sad.
So I think they're getting there. But man, Stories 2 is one of the best sequels to any game I've ever played. Like they just learn so much. And I would say Stories 1 was a very average game. As a huge Monster Hunter fan, it wasn't a bad game, but it wasn't like, oh, you've never played Monster Hunter? You need to go get this. It'll really get you into it. It was like kind of hard to recommend it because it was like, yeah, it's fine. Like it's fun. It's just not like a super stellar game. But Stories 2, holy cow, that game is.
Yeah, the only problem with Stories 2 is the trees. Man, they took those trees straight out of Sword and Shield.
Yeah, just copy and paste. And the 45-minute cutscene before you even get to start the game.
And that's also from Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon.
The gameplay that I had watched interested me more.
The thing that needs to interest Greg are the disco outfits that you craft when you craft your outfits from the animals.
You're really stylish in that game.
All disco, man. You got bell bottoms and
you have
sparkles.
to show me the disco outfits to convince me that this is something that I want to do.
There's some good outfits. I was looking like Ingo and Emmett the other day.
There you go.
Will, Pokemon of the week.
So unfortunately, I deleted the text for last week's Pokemon because I had to reboot my computer and I didn't save it. But I just remember I was kind of salty because in celebration of Pokemon Go's 5th anniversary, they acknowledged the 555 Pokemon by making the 554 Pokemon appear more frequently in the wild, which of course the 555 Pokemon does not appear in the wild. Not that they couldn't have made it appear. Either way, I said for the Pokemon of the week, next year, if they followed the same trend, there you go. Natural consequences might make you sick to your stomach.
I remember what it is. I know what it is, Greg.
All right, I will say the bad thing then.
Okay.
It's
Spoopa.
Spupa. Spupa, yeah.
You said it before I could say the bad thing.
Oh.
I was to say it's Avalugg, and you jumped in with the real thing.
Oh, you mean you wanted to say the wrong answer?
Yeah, I want to say the wrong answer.
Avalugg.
I got so excited.
Avalugg. What are you, French?
With
Avalugg.
Vivian. There's no trivia here, right? Oh, there is.
There is.
Spoopa and its evolutionary relatives are the only bug type introduced in Gen 6. Spoopa is the only Pokemon with the base stat total of 213. Spoopa and its evolutionaries are the only Gen 6 Pokemon in the bug egg group. Spoopa's like... fine.
It's a turtleneck wearing bug. You love it. You freak.
Yeah, you love your turtlenecks.
Did you guys know that
Shuffle
it
is
had
good.
its own trophy in Smash Bros. Ultimate?
Yeah.
What?
Why not?
Out of all Pokemon?
What trophy for what, though?
Assist trophy,
Spoopa
right?
returns as a Pokemon summoned from a Pokeball retaining the same behavior as the previous game. Spoopa appears at a Pokeball summon. It uses Stun Spore to temporarily stun a Pokemon in its attack, but doesn't move otherwise. Spoopa also appears as a trophy. See, the real trick is no Smash Brother player knows what the Pokemon do because they turn off all items.
Because they turn off items.
Yes.
Get wrecked items.
As a professional Mario Kart player that turns off all items in Mario Kart, I want the purest racing experience possible.
Only racing.
And we only
No
race
blue shell.
on Baby Park because it is the closest to a real-life racetrack.
It's all valid reasons.
All right. This week's Pokemon. At first, I started out and I made it easy. And then, since I'm so incredibly hungry right now because we've gone on much longer than we said we were going to.
Hey, our timing's been okay.
The hard version, unless you're teenage Will Anderson who would just like get this in a heartbeat. Think of recent events. This week's Pokemon has less to do with dragons than it has to do with the woman who lent her family name to the Sonic Youth side project that produced the Whitey album on April 5th, 1988. That's all. That's all you get.
Well, thank you for making it to the end. Thank you for listening. If you want to be like Greg and buy a Chia Pet, here we are.
You are coming into town and I will make your life unbearable.
Or it's going to already be unbearable. It's going to be like 88 degrees or something.
Ooh, it's going to be slightly warm.
I'm going to have to get my extra summer jeans.
Well, take off the hoodie. For
Yeah,
once in your life.
when I have the stream backpack, I never have hoodie on because that backpack gets 200 degrees.
1,000 degrees. That is your board life choices, not mine.
Yeah. Super fast. Hopefully the stream backpack works, though, this weekend because I'm switching modems, and they are real slow on switching the providers. So I'm just going to bring both and hope that one of them works. Thank you for listening. Thank you for making it to the end. YouTube, PKMNcast. If you're watching on YouTube, feel free to hit like and subscribe. Really, really appreciate it. Feel free to leave a comment or a question for next week if you want to be on. We only pick one question, so feel free to repeat yourself if we missed it. I don't know. We'll eventually get to all of them, I guess. TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff is the same. PKMNcast. Normally, if we run an ad, the ad is also the same. PKMNcast. So thank you to the sponsor of today's show. Will is at Wash in the Sink. Greg is at White Wing. I am at Dragging a Lake. And yeah, thank you for listening. I hope you had a good Go Fest. I hope you were excited for Pokemon Unite. We'll be talking about it next week. This has been another episode of the Pokemon Podcast, and we are
super effective.
Super chia.
Oh yeah, those commercials.
Commercials are great.
No.
I have stopped recording.